Hello Darklings, my name is Sanniz and I'm from Sweden and I live outside the city Borås, and I thought that we should actually go to one of the graveyards, cemeteries here in the local part of the town that is very old. It's from the 19th century, so I think it was in the start of 18 something the first one came here, and I thought we should go around and take a look how it looks like. And yeah, I have glasses on because I'm blind without anything, so I hope you don't hate it. But first we take the intro and see you soon. Hello Darklings, my name is Sanniz and I'm from Sweden and I'm an Eldergoth, and of course we like to go to the cemeteries. And today we're gonna visit an old one from the 19th century, and I think it was started 1816. I will put down information in the description box if I can find it in English too. And I'm not sure I'm gonna show that much of myself, but I thought we could go and take a look. But remember, many of the graves now started to be replaced by newer ones, and I think it's a bit sad, but else it's still a lot of the old ones, and I thought let's go and see how they look like here in Sweden. So let's go, and this place is called Sankt Ansgards Griftegården. And here we have got the little building where you walk into everything, and as you can see it's very local in town. And if I zoom in, so actually this bit is where the central part is in town, and you got the big city park on the other side of the road, but it's not that we're gonna look at now. So we're gonna go in here and take a look, and I love those old things here. And you can see it's an old one, so even if it said that it started 1816, I thought it was, so you can see the number 1748 on it. So I'm not sure if that's something else going on, but I thought we could take a look how it looks like when we get inside here, because it's a lovely day. And if I'm quiet, you might hear the birds too. But it's still very cold, so it's not that nice actually to dress out. And what I like with this central one is that I have kept a lot of the trees here too, but it's a little bit noisy with the traffic. It's not much traffic right now, but here you can see it's a little bit newer one. And they are really taking care still here in this place, and there you can get water. But some of the old ones you can actually not see that much of the text, like you look at this one. And I'm just gonna show the views. You can see down to the city park actually down here, and there you also should be able to see part of the river if you look down through the high buildings. There is the river that we call Viskan. So we continue here and look at those lovely. I do love this. So I know that a lot of YouTubers that is goth do this graveyards vlogs. I'm not sure I'm gonna do directly a vlog, but I want to show how this old one looks like. Unfortunately the modern one's not looking the same, but here you can see this is from 1861 and it's in old Swedish too, so it's not like we spell everything right now because that have changed too. We're gonna take a look a little more. I can show a little more modern one that have replaced a bit here, where there's more than one person. They are not related. I think it's beautiful last resting place too, but it's at the same time a little bit too modern for me. But I still want to show this one so you can see how it looks like. And I guess it looks very beautiful when the sun hits those glass stones or whatever it is. But like I said, it's not really my thing. And there you can see the building again. I can zoom it in from this side a bit so you can see it better. So go back to the little more older ones, because it's those ones are interesting to watch, because that's what makes me happy, to actually go around and try to read, even if some are that old now so you can't even see what it's saying. But it's still a part of the town's history, and I think that's important too. So I feel a bit sad. And I think if I go a little closer this way, I can actually show the river too, so you actually can see it. So I go behind some of the graves. And when we look down, so there you got the river, and it's actually continued this way too. But like I said, it was not for the river we was here, it was for the graves. So, as you can see, spring is a little late here. We don't really have that much. Here you see a newer one. It's from 2009. And they start to replace a lot of the old graves too. And that's what I think is sad. So I think when you start to get those green signs on, they start to search for someone that should take care about the grave. But if they don't get in touch, they're probably gonna get that up and sadly replace it with a new one. And here is a big family one. You can't really see much more than the name on it, but it is hard to read even now. And here the birds have poo on this tomb, so that's a little sad. And I guess this one is really bad and old too, because it's fully grown, so you can't really see any information about the grave anymore directly. Here got a newer one, it's from 2016. But it's not those graves I'm that interested of. And I guess this one is actually prepared for one, because I don't see a date on the other one, the partner, because it's just the birth date there, so it might be someone that's still alive, but haven't got the resting still alive. Yeah. And I guess this part is free for someone, because I can't see that it's a grave. But you can tell that sometimes even put down what they worked with, and that's amazing too. And here you got a very cool one. Look at the fence. Look at the fence. Have you seen something like that? I do love it. It's so beautiful. Look at the details. So I really like it, and I do like when they take the nature inside it. So you have this big tree inside this one. How nice isn't that to have shadow on your last rest? This one is a new one too, 2008. And like I said, this is an old one too, but I can't see any things more which family it should be for. And here we got an older one, and it's in old Swedish too. So it's really fascinating to see. And this is, I think this is the most central graveyard we have. We have Ansgards. We have at least one that is a little more central that I have filmed in when it was All Saints Day because I wanted to show. I think this is the newest one I've seen so far, 2021. But I do love those with the fence around in iron because it looks really beautiful. I should want to have one of those, but I think it's very expensive probably. Yeah, and we got a really sunny day. I just wish that the wind was a little bit nicer for us. We can go up here a bit because we can go around little in circles or something on it. It's not the biggest place, but it's still a big one. And like I said, you can read what some of them was before they died, if they were important persons for the city and that type of things. And you can tell this is a really beautiful day. I do love it. And it's so peaceful. If it'd been warmer, I could probably spend much more longer time here if it's not too much sun, so I can protect myself a bit. But I think it's a little bit sad when they replace graves. And here another one. Here you can't really see the details as much because the nature starts to take over a little bit. But it's still a very cool fence. Don't you agree? And yeah, it's actually nice to see something like this still in the middle of town. Maybe I should film in horizontal things. So I'm gonna turn the camera and be back soon. I thought we put this way instead because it's better for you to maybe watch it because it's already gone a long time. But yeah, like you can see, it's very peaceful here. And you can still be in the middle of the city almost. We are very close to one of the most important highways to the Gulf between Gothenburg and Jönköping. So it's a lot of traffic at the side too, but it's still not that you hear it that much. And here I guess it might be something that someone gonna take over. And like here, these places too, it looks like they're taking away the old things. And that's a bit sad. And here you see a lot of people in this one because you see so many dates and so many names. But I do enjoy this. And here we got actually crosses in iron. I think they are sort of beautiful too. It's a little more like a simpler way, but at the same time it looks more delicate. And I guess they stand a bit better maybe than like stones or that if you don't take care about it. But I wouldn't mind have something like this. Maybe not crosses, but you know what I mean. So you can see some of the graves is not that old, and then you have those really old ones too. We're gonna do a little round here. You see that modern one again from another view. So we're gonna go back because we went just close to another grave before. But I want to go so you can see a little better from other parts too. So we really are looking on this one. And like I said, my favorite is those one with the iron fences. Because I don't know what it is, but I do like them. But I wish that we should have other things. But here you can see, sadly, the fence have fallen down. So no one seems to directly taking care about it. That is a bit sad that not even the graveyards keepers, or what you call them, are doing that for others. Because I think it's still important part of the town's history too, because it's so old. And some things actually shows the life from this town too. And here, I guess you have to be strong if you're gonna lift that up, because I guess that's what the rings are for, that actually get them up. I'm not sure if you hear the church bells, because we have a church in the middle of town too. And it's Sunday when I film this, so now it's ringing. Maybe you could hear it. And here is another fence with all the great details too. And in this area is actually many with those type of fences. And some names don't sound that Swedish. This is like Swartz, or something like that. Or some German, I don't know. But like I said, it's a big part of graves, and I do like this type of things. It looks so cool. I hope I don't get my shadow too much, because I don't want to have that in the video too much. But when the sun is in one direction, so it's not always as easy to avoid it either. But then, like I said, it's a bit sad when you start to replace with newer graves in the middle, because I think we should actually take care about the old ones. We have places for new graves that can build a new part of the chapter of the town, but because these have a bit of history when it started in the beginning of the 19th century too. And there you see a bird nest too. We call it fågelholk in Swedish. And like you can see, there's a lot of different parts here. And on the other side of the road you can see the white building. I actually went there for 4 years in school when I was studying for my engineer education, because I went 4 years after the ordinary one you have to go in Sweden. At least the most of us go the ordinary ones, and if you count that from when you're 7 to 15 years old. And after that I was studying in that place over on the other side to get my engineer education. So yes, I have an engineer ones. And here is some captain. It's actually 2 captains is this one. So I guess they were in the military. And here we actually got a gate with iron things, but also so you can see a little about this graveyard and the name on it. So I'm gonna pause it so I can take a picture. Yes, we continue a bit, and if you look carefully a long way back in the background, you're gonna see the big highway. It's a lot of constructions going on. Here is a very old one too, so I guess this one is gonna disappear too. I can see if I can make the camera a little smaller. But if you're heading that way on the highway, you're heading for Gothenburg. So we can go in to this little part too. And I think it's nice that they actually have kept some parts so you actually can walk a little nicely without going on hard ground. And this one is beautiful too. You can see if I can take and zoom in so you can see it better. So like I said, it's a lot of different years here when it comes to graves, and sadly they start to replace the old ones. I guess it's all about money even when you are dead, sadly. But it's nothing I can do anything about, but I wish I could. I guess this one gonna be free for someone too, because there's nothing inside there anymore. And I guess if you're not a very big family and been born in this town, So maybe you don't have any relatives left that is alive. And here is a little sad. Here is a person that actually died that was not much older than me. So yeah. But like I said, I love those with the iron bars. And like I said, this is actually a very great graveyard. I'm not sure I'm gonna go through exactly the whole bits through, because you see it's a bit section down too. But I can go down so I can take a swipe all over it. That is 2023. So that's a new one. So here is some banker. Is the last one worked on a bank. And here's some important people too. And suddenly here is one that probably gonna be clear for a newer one. But we can go a little faster now, so we can take it long. So the video is not going to be too long. I don't want it to be too long. But I just wanted to show how it could look on an older graveyard here in my town, Borås. I live outside Borås in Brämhult, that belongs to the town. But we have our own zip code, so we still keep the name Brämhult. But I'm not sure, we don't have really much graves there, so that's what I thought. It was more interesting to go to the inner town and actually look on the really old one. You can see it's go downhill a bit too, so. And I thought we could enjoy the day because it's nice weather and everything. So, but just this thing that it's actually so close. And there is another banker, another captain. We used to have a military in our town that called Infantry 15 or E15, we called it. But it disappeared when I was older. When I was still around 20 and that type of things, it was a fully military town here too. But I'm not sure when now I've joined NATO if that's gonna be the case, that they're gonna take it back. I don't know. But at least you can see how many graves it is here. And that is actually a really nice place to be. I just wish that we couldn't hear that much from the traffic from the highway too. At least I'm here on a Sunday, so the constructions works is not gonna be that bad. And you can tell on some graves when they put down the word family grave, because we call it familjegrav. But here they spell it in an old Swedish way. So in the end of the word grav, they put an F, but we spell it with a V in modern Swedish. And yeah, I think this is actually a really nice place. And here we actually have a grave down a bit, or two graves more or less. We can go a little closer when we get there. But here you can see another type of iron fence. And we can go and take a look at that one over there. I do like this little ghost-like tree here too. I bet it's having flowers during summer or something, but it's way too early and way too cold still here in my town. We start to get some of the flowers coming up now, but it's taking much more longer than normal. And we still had snowflakes and hail in the air yesterday, so I guess. But you can tell it's a really nice place to be. We can go in here because here we have a little different type of grave. And it was an important person. I can't really read more than his first name was Otto. But then I'm not 100% sure if he said Eriksson or something. But it could be Eriksson. I'm not sure. But like I said, it's a decent size for being here in central town and still be an old one. So I guess we can't really complain. It could be worse. They could have taken it away for other things, but I'm happy they haven't. Because I think we need to keep this history. And like I said, I would love to have, even if I want to be cremated. But I still would love to have something like this for my last resting place, but I don't think I'm gonna have it. Graves today. A little bird. Ah, it was a little too fast, I couldn't film it. There's another one. So this you got the birds here. And that's really nice. You can go up here so we don't have to go too close to the traffic. And maybe I can do a little stop on the filming soon. Here's another interesting type of grave too. And another iron cross. So yeah, we have a lot of different ones here. And yeah, this is beautiful. And this is a very long video too. But I hope you enjoyed everything. Because I did. But it's freezing cold. It's very cold today. So it's not like, and I'm stuck in a little tree, or a bit part of a tree that fell down probably because we had very windy days. So that's very cold wind and storm and that type of things. And here's someone that was very high on the school. And actually this is not really nice because someone is I don't know if this the wife or something, but had the same name like my granny, and my granny's name was Fanny. And that's an old Swedish name, so it's not that many that have it anymore. But it goes trans with names too. We can go up here a bit too. And I feel my fingers are starting to die from the cold because it's not directly warm here. The wind is cold too because there's still a bit of wind, but it's not that bad as it usually have been the latest. So I don't complain because I can still enjoy being outside the door. And like I said, get some fresh air and enjoy some time at the graveyard together with you. And I do hope you enjoyed everything. But I now think it's time to say goodbye for this time. So I hope you enjoyed it, and this was St. Ansgards Griftegården. It's a little hard even for me to pronounce it because it's an old name. We don't have the combination with letters anymore. So I now wish you all a great day and thank you for watching. See you soon.